So I wanted to talk about my experience with Alltech services, where they repair conditioners, air conditioners, washers, dryers, that kind of stuff, furnaces. Um, and a couple days ago, my AC went out. It was smoking and whatnot. My husband tried to do what he could to fix it, but he felt like there was like an electrical problem. So I hired Alltech services to come into my house and work on my air conditioner. Um, The guy got up on the roof, said, "Okay, well, it's your motor. I have one in the truck. I'll just replace it." That's $177, which normally, if you buy them yourself from the store, they're like 80 bucks, 90 bucks. Definitely less than 100, but not 177. So anyway, I know they have to make money. But um, so he replaced the motor and then came back down and said, "I have to go back to the shop. I got to pick up a pulley, which is used on the air conditioner." So he did that. It took him an hour. He's literally 15 minutes away from my house. It took him an hour to get there and come back with the pulley. He fails to put the pulley on safely. It's loose when my husband checks it later on. I'll get to that later. And he tests it and it seems like it's working fine and then he leaves. Or I pay him and then he leaves. So he charged me for 3 hours of work at $75 an hour. And he was only actually doing 30 minutes of work, but because of the driving to my house initially to go pick up the pulley and then to put the pulley on when he got back, which took him 5 minutes. And then the air conditioner started acting up about 30 minutes after he left. So then I call the warehouse. They have him come back, which takes another hour. And I've already taken time off work and everything to go do this. And then he comes back and checks everything, says, "Oh, well, your plug went out. It must have burned out whenever the motor went out." So the motor went out. He says that that's the reason why the plug was out. But I paid him and I signed the form, it said, "I have checked," and I being him, I'm speaking for him, but he wrote down that he checked the cord, the wiring, and he replaced the motor and a pulley. So he said all of that on this form. He did not check the cords. He did not check the wiring. I'm paying for his services and he's not doing these things. He puts on the pulley, but he puts it on loose so that it's clinking around and getting destroyed. Then he tells me that he has to come back to the following day because the warehouse was closed. So he's going to charge me another $75 plus whatever the part costs. So I was like, hell no. My dad and my husband went and up to the roof, figured out what they needed. My dad went to a friend's house, picked up the parts. His friend gave it to him. No money or anything was exchanged. They came back and they worked on the air conditioner for another couple hours. And yes, it's fixed now, but $500 later, he didn't provide me with the services that I paid for. All he did was replace the motor. So why would I pay for 3 hours of service he did not provide to me? He was there doing everything wrong. He didn't do half of what he said. And then I contacted I can't remember what they're called, the tech manager for that part of the department, and he was like, "Nope, we can't give you anything back. All we can do is go back over there." I said, "Well, I'm not going to pay for you to do something I already had my husband and my dad fix." So then my husband called him and said the same thing. The guy said, "I'll go over there and I'll make sure everything works and I'll do it for free." So I'm like, $500 later, my husband and my dad had to work on the AC anyway. I didn't get the services I paid for, yet they won't refund me for the services. I understand I have a motor in there. It's an overpressed motor or whatever. It's a motor. I'll pay for that. But why do I have to pay for services I didn't get? Or he said he did things and I didn't get those things. So why would I pay for that part of it? Why wouldn't they refund me the money? It doesn't make any sense. I know Heather from Fibro Fighting Barbie um, had a similar situation with Walgreens, and Walgreens had screwed up her pictures, and they were just a mess. And she paid good money for those things to get developed, and they totally screwed her and did nothing to help her out. I don't know why companies are doing this. I am now gonna just go with my dad's friends for fixing my things because I can't believe that this company did this to me and has zero remorse and will not refund me a single penny, even though I didn't get the services that I paid for. Tell me what you guys think. I have just a frustration, but it's helpful to hear other people say that they had similar situations happen to them. It calms me down. But yeah, I was livid for quite a while until I read something on Facebook that made me stop and think that I'm lucky that I had the money to pay for it. But still, like now we're short on grocery money, so we have to tighten our belts because this guy decided to take all my money and give me zero service. And anyway, let me know what you guys think. Talk to you soon. Bye.